Welcome to the Stateless Standard. Today, we're going on a journey back to the 60s for a summary review of Operation Midnight Climax, the disturbing truth behind the CIA's mind control experiments. That's right. Mind control. During the chaotic decades of the 50s and 60s, the world found itself ensnared in a web of anxiety and rapid transformation. The Cold War kept escalating dramatically, with the United States and Soviet Union locked in a struggle for global supremacy. This geopolitical rivalry fostered an environment of competition, suspicion and paranoia, leading to unprecedented measures being taken by both superpowers, attempting to assert their influence. It was during this fraught period that the Central Intelligence Agency, CIA, embarked on a clandestine initiative known as MK-Ultra, a highly classified program aimed at the development of mind control techniques. Within the expansive framework of MK-Ultra, one particular project stood out both for its audacity and its deeply troubling ethical implications: Operation Midnight Climax. The narrative surrounding Operation Midnight Climax unfolds over a horrifying 30-year span, during which U.S. intelligence agencies feverishly chased the elusive goal of mastering mind control. This involved conducting covert experiments on unsuspecting citizens, many of whom had no idea they were being used as test subjects. The unsettling reality of Operation Midnight Climax represents a dark and disturbing chapter in American history, a chapter that continues to evoke ethical dilemmas and raise profound legal questions that resonate to this day. Initiated under the direction of Dr. Sidney Gottlieb in 1953, MK-Ultra was born out of a desire to develop mind-altering techniques that could provide the United States with a decisive edge in psychological warfare. To facilitate these experiments, the CIA sought a secure location where they could operate free from scrutiny and interference. They found their ideal cover in a place ripe with opportunities for subterfuge and other chicanery: the Haight-Ashbury district of San Francisco. The Haight is famous for giving birth to the hippie movement, thanks to the CIA, and for the iconic Summer of Love rock festival disaster. At the center of Operation Midnight Climax was George Hunter White, a veteran narcotics officer known for his exceptional skills in undercover operations. White was enlisted to spearhead this controversial endeavor and was charged with the task of establishing a fake brothel within a nondescript apartment. This covert safe house was equipped with two-way mirrors and hidden recording devices, transforming it into a hub for conducting experiments on unsuspecting men using LSD. White's extensive background as an agent in the Federal Bureau of Narcotics made him adept at manipulating individuals, and he exhibited a willingness to flout ethical boundaries to achieve his objectives. He recruited local prostitutes to lure men into the apartment, compensating them not only for their services but also for their silence regarding the sordid activities taking place within. However, it is crucial to recognize that these women were likely unaware of the full extent of the operation in which they were unwittingly involved. The unsuspecting men who entered the brothel believed they were in for an evening of pleasure and companionship, but instead, they were covertly administered LSD without their knowledge or consent. The CIA's intention was to observe their behavior and assess how easily they could be manipulated. White's meticulously kept notes from these sessions provide a chilling glimpse into the agency's blatant disregard for ethical standards in pursuit of their objectives. The prostitutes, under the direction of White and the CIA team observing from behind the mirrors, were instructed to engage the men in conversation and manipulate them further. The ultimate goal was to explore how LSD could potentially be utilized to extract sensitive information or even exert control over an individual's actions. The implications of such tactics were staggering, raising serious concerns about the ethical ramifications of employing mind-altering substances in this manner. The outcomes of these experiments contributed to the development of new mind control techniques, which would later be applied in a myriad of other equally disturbing projects. As the veil of secrecy surrounding MK-Ultra began to lift, the ethical concerns surrounding Operation Midnight Climax became increasingly pronounced. The men who were drugged, without any knowledge of their participation in these experiments, were subjected to a gross violation of the most fundamental principles of informed consent. This blatant disregard for consent was not only unethical but also constituted a breach of legal standards. Additionally, the prostitutes involved in the operation were also victims of the CIA's manipulations, entirely unaware of the true nature of their participation in such a morally reprehensible scheme. Although Operation Midnight Climax came to an end many years ago, its impact and legacy continue to provoke discussions about government ethics and accountability. This operation stands as a stark reminder that even in the pursuit of national security, ethical lines can be blurred, and innocent individuals can be exploited in the name of a perceived greater good. The ramifications of such actions can reverberate through society, leaving lasting scars on those unwittingly caught in the crossfire. In 1974, the investigative journalist Seymour Hersh published a groundbreaking exposé in the New York Times, revealing the existence of MKUltra and its associated domestic surveillance program. This revelation sent shockwaves throughout the nation, igniting public outrage and demanding accountability from the government. As more details emerged, it became increasingly evident that Operation Midnight Climax was merely one facet of a broader and more sinister puzzle within the CIA's operations. Today, Operation Midnight Climax serves as a haunting reminder of the darker aspects of government secrecy and the morally questionable experiments conducted under the guise of national security. It stands as a cautionary tale, highlighting the ethical and legal implications that can arise when those in positions of power are granted unchecked authority to pursue their objectives without oversight or accountability. In reflecting on his career, George White, the man who played a pivotal role in many of the CIA's clandestine operations, famously remarked, "It was fun, fun, fun. Where else could a red-blooded American boy lie, kill, and cheat, steal, deceive, rape, and pillage with the sanction and blessing of all highest?" Yet, one must ask, at what cost? The men and women who were used as pawns in Operation Midnight Climax were not mere statistics. They were human beings whose lives were irrevocably altered by the cold and calculated actions of those in power. Their stories serve as a sobering reminder that government conspiracies have real consequences for everyday people, often leaving deep psychological and emotional scars. In conclusion, Operation Midnight Climax remains a chilling and profoundly disturbing chapter in the annals of the CIA's mind control experiments. The legacy of this operation continues to provoke critical discussions about ethics, accountability, and the delicate balance between national security and individual rights. It serves as a stark reminder of the potential for abuse when the pursuit of power and control overshadows the fundamental rights and dignity of individuals. The echoes of this operation remind us of the importance of vigilance and ethical governance, ensuring that history does not repeat itself. Thank you for listening to the Stateless Standard. Please hit the like button, it really helps us out. Subscribe and tell your friends too.